Everybody, welcome to Mile Monsters Inc., our Wednesday in review. Today is January 25th, 2023, and as you see, I am not in my office. I am in Texas at an event, so I had to do the review from here. So it's important to me because I wanted to get this review out before February 1st. Why February 1st, you might ask? Because that is the day that the Hoka Hey Motorcycle Challenge opens its applications up to new riders. And February 1st, 2023, the applications open for the ride that takes place in August of 2024. So today I'm going to be reviewing the Hoka Hey Motorcycle Challenge. Like, I am not on the board. I have no affiliation with the Hoka Hey other than being a rider, a big fan, and somebody who takes the ride very seriously. So this is just one rider's perspective of the Hoka Hey. Somebody else that has ridden in many more than me may have a totally different view. But this is what I have to offer, so here you go. What is the Hoka Hey Motorcycle Challenge, you might ask? Well, that is a 10,000 mile cross-country endurance ride like no other. This ride follows scenic routes, some of the coolest roads you can be on. It's almost all secondary roads. There's times you go a whole day and hardly see a car. What they do is they piece together 10,000 miles of some of the coolest roads between their point A and their point B. They piece all these little 50-mile rides, 100-mile rides together. They somehow find a way to connect them, do an amazing job at doing that, and get you from point A to point B while doing 10,000 miles of Sunday afternoon rides. That's what it is. It's absolutely amazing. The scenery is unbelievable. The sights you see are worth the entrance fee alone. Just for that, I would pay the $750 for the ride, just so I could have that map and take that ride. That is worth it to me. But like I say, it is 10,000 miles. It's usually completed between 10 days and 21 days roughly, maybe a little bit more. That's when the last people will come in. We have trackers on our bikes, so everybody's track is followed, your speed is recorded, everything there. If you get a speeding ticket, you are ineligible for some of the at the finish line awards. You can still finish the ride, you can still continue on, but you're not considered for any of the awards unless you can finish this without getting a speeding ticket and that type of thing. So there's a lot of integrity involved with the Hoka Hey. They're not babysitters, they are not nannies. They are not looking at 200, 300 riders, whatever it ends up being this year. They're not following every little person's, every little detail of their life. You are responsible for you. If you're somebody who is looking to win this at all cost, doesn't matter if you have to cheat the system, if you have to cut the route, take advantage of bad weather and cut a corner, whatever it is, then this is not for you. There's a million things you can go and do, but you are missing the point of the Hoka Hey Motorcycle Challenge if that's you. What this is about is challenging yourself. Challenging yourself to do what's right when no one else is looking. If you can't do that, you will find that out very soon because there's nobody watching you. There's days I've spent and not be seen by anyone, not see another human being for days on end. So it is amazing, and for that part is very hard and crazy rewarding. And the coolest thing about the Hoka Hey to me is what you learn about yourself out on the road. You find things about yourself, and Blackie had told me my very first Hoka Hey, you will learn things about yourself while you are out on the road. And trust me when I tell you, you will find things out that you may not like. And it is so true. You learn so much about yourself out on the road. And it is a challenge, not a race. It is a challenge. It is a challenge to get from start to finish. So anybody who finishes is super proud. And trust me when I tell you, if you have never done this, if you go out and you give it 100% from day one, Sunday morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, until you cross that finish line, you will feel like you just climbed Mount Everest. You will feel like you are on top of the world, and you will not care what place you're in. If you're the very first person across that finish line, or you come in 50th, 75th, 110th, whatever place you're in, you will not care, because you gave 100% from the moment you took off until the moment you got to the finish line. That's all your body will know, is you gave it your all. There are some riders out there that are straight up amazing. K Solo won it last year. Amazing rider. Absolutely incredible. In 2020, he came in third. So you see the rise, how he did, and went from third to first. And Fede is another incredible rider. He was not there at the last one. He had some life got in the way. But there's just some incredible riders, and you cannot rate yourself because of how you stacked up with some of the most elite riders in the world. There's only one scale to judge success on, and that's your inner self. If you did it your best, you will be rewarded. Does not matter. I can't stress that enough, and anybody who's watching this who has done it will wholeheartedly agree with me. There's a lot of people I watched come in 80th place. They cried. They were on top of the world. They were hugging everybody. They overcame things. Their motorcycles broke down. They hit deer. They laid in a ditch. They didn't know what to do. They overcame all those things and made it to the finish line. And that's all that matters. They followed their route. Turn by turn directions. No GPS, no electronics. Turn by turn directions is what they did, and they made it. There's something to be said for doing anything like that. It is a great accomplishment to finish it. And why do people do rides like this? For that reason. They want to test themselves. They want to test themselves both physically and mentally and see where they stack up against the best riders in the world. That's who shows up for the Hoka Hey. Those who want to challenge themselves. Those who want to push and push and push. This is not a summer tour. This is not a let's go check out the countryside. This is a challenge that you have to dig deep to finish. That's what it's all about. This next challenge starts in August of 2024. Like I said, the applications open up February 1st of this year, right around the corner. If you're somebody who is thinking about it, then fill out the application, send it in. They do an interview process. They're going to ask you all kinds of questions about what kind of rides, because they want to look out for your safety to make sure you can do a ride like this. If you're watching this and you've never ridden 500 miles in a day, this is not for you. This is not a time to go out and think you're Superman and you're going to do 10,000 miles. That's not how it works. This ride is for people who are serious about riding motorcycles and are serious about, doing mad crazy miles in a safe manner. You have to be able to get to the finish line, and there's a lot of dangers out on the road. I wouldn't kid you. There's deer, elk, moose, bear, pigs, you name it. Somebody hit it last year. I know people who hit deer like crazy, moose. Eric hit a elk a couple years back. Those things are incredibly dangerous. You have to have the right skills to navigate 10,000 miles in those elements. So there's no joke of a ride. There's people who have perished in the Hoka Hey Motorcycle Challenge. Good riders who have something bad happen. Something bad can happen in 1 second. In 1 second, everything changes. So it's no joke. There's a lot of risk. You have to take care of yourself, and you are on your own out there. Don't think anything else. You are on your own. There's nobody to fall back on. If something happens to you, there's not a magical Hoka Hey team that jets in there with a helicopter and snatches you up like the movies. It's not how it works. You are on your own, and that is part of the challenge. Make it from point A to point B dependent on you, nobody else. So when you get to that finish line, that's why it's so rewarding. You did it all on your shoulders. Your success and your failures are all on you. So that's the Hoka Hey Motorcycle Challenge. I kind of rambled on a bit. I love it. They raise so much money for charity. Jim Red Cloud was the founder, and Jim passed away before I got a chance to meet him. He passed away in 2017, and I really regret not signing up earlier. He's one of those giant of a figure that you just think will be around forever, and I sure wished I could have met him, because I've been to his gravesite at least 10 times, and I take pictures every time I'm there, and I feel like we're pals, even though I never met the man. But on his headstone, it says Memory Maker. And I always am just taken back by that, and what he started, what it's turned into, the kind of people that are involved in this, how it's growing, the amount of money raised for charities around the country because of something he started is absolutely amazing. So I've taken that forward myself, and I want to be a memory maker. I want you to be a memory maker. I want to help people be memory makers. So that is my goal. I hope this helps you in your decision. I hope you get out there and apply. And when you do, you find me at the starting line and give me a high five. I hope to be there myself. So with any luck, we'll all line up together and then take off and have a ride that you will never forget. So with that, I say, Hoka Hey.